Hello, my fellow nerds, and welcome to the Nerd Empire. I hope you all are having a fantastic day today, and I hope you all will enjoy today's reaction video. With that being said, let's get right into it, shall we? Alright, this one is by the background NPC, and it's called So Gooning is Okay Now. Gooning has always been okay. Goon to whatever you want. We will be watching for her stream then. Yeah, I don't know if she's will stream today. I know that she normally goes, because of her sleeping schedule, she normally streams later in the day. She's on the same time zone as me, so for CST, I think she probably goes live somewhere between like 8 and 9 p.m. Because, her sleeping schedule is the opposite of mine. Alright, so this is So Gooning is Okay Now.
For the past 2 weeks, pretty much every screen that I own has been taken over by one person. The man, the myth, the Giga Chad himself, Leon S. Kennedy. In case you missed it, somehow read.
God, even before this game came out, Leon has been fucking everywhere. TikTok, Twitter, hell, he's even been on Facebook, and he's been on YouTube everywhere too. It's like you can't fucking escape the dude. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a good-looking dude for a 49-year-old man who's been, you know, through literal hell and back. But my fucking God, has Leon been everywhere? You just can't escape the dude. I mean, he's 40, and it's the one scene I always see every woman like melt over is the first time he opens the cabinet. I don't know what it is about that particular part of the game, but every time any woman sees it, they just fucking melt. And I'm just like, okay, I guess.
Resident Evil Requiem recently came out, and it is pretty great. Capcom absolutely cooked. They sold 5 million copies, and
yeah, I also gotta say, I absolutely fucking love this game. I might actually stream myself playing it again sometime, because this game is... Resident Evil Requiem was just that good. They did a fantastic job with both the horror and the action. I absolutely love this game. Ladies love when a guy opens a cabinet and when they get things off the top shelf. But yeah, this was probably... It's probably up there, maybe tied with my favorite Resident Evil of all time, which is the OG Resident Evil 3. That has been my favorite Resident Evil since I started playing Resident Evil, you know, 25 or so years ago. So after playing this, it's probably tied with my #1 favorite Resident Evil, because they did such a fantastic job with this. Hello, Relics. We fare well. How doth thee fare? Resident Evil Requiem and Pocopia was the weirdest ever. Burbenheimer? I don't know what weirdest Burbenheimer is. You're gonna have to explain that one.
5 days, and they've confirmed that DLC is on the way. I'm about to finish my 5th playthrough. Yes, my 5th, using almost exclusively the RPG as Leon, because I just unlocked unlimited ammo for it. And even though I have a ton of thoughts about the game itself, this video isn't really about RE9. It is about the massive double standard of some of the people celebrating Leon the hardest right now. The thirst articles, the journalists who need to be hosed down like overheated zoo animals.
If Leon Kennedy isn't hot enough, Resident Evil Requiem mods are here for your particular kink. If Leon's default appearance isn't sexy enough for you, never fear. Nexus mods will soothe what ails you. You know, what I find hilarious is that men have been dogged on hard for, you know, sexy and revealing mods for female characters, and they've gotten almost no backlash or anything for the sexy or whatever mods they had for Leon in, you know, like Resident Evil 2 or 4 or now Requiem. So why is it that the men get so much shit for having those type of mods, but the women don't? I farewell. I thank thee most sincerely for thy kind inquisition. I hope that thou hast had a most wonderful stream as of yet. I'm not good at the ye old English talk, but it's quite easy to understand. It's amazing you're able to talk so effortlessly like that. The Barbie Oppenheimer pairing, two different types of movies or games that go hand in hand in sales, though Ari Requiem and Pocopia are both deliciously dark. I don't know Pocopia. I've never even heard of that one. Hello, Kuda. Barbenheimer. When Barbie and Oppenheimer movies came out at the same time and were so widely different, it's fine. Okay. Yeah, I don't know Pocopia.
The same people who have spent the last decade lecturing everybody else about this exact thing, just in reverse. Once again, rules for thee, but not for him. Now, before we get into the details, I do need you to understand the scale of what has actually been.
I've seen the mods for Gracie, or for Grace, you know, giving her a bigger bust or revealing cleavage or stuff like that, and I think it's fucking hilarious.
Happening. We are talking countless fan edits with millions of
yes this scene exactly right here. It's this cabinet scene right here that I've seen in nausea. It's like, yes, we get it, you ladies think it's hot, we don't need to see it 50 million fucking times.
Use Leon fan cams, the art,
yeah,
so much art, cosplays, gym motivation posts, men saying Leon has inspired them to get in shape, which is really cool actually. Shirtless Leon mods, Leon dad and mustache mods, all well and
mustache mods? That's the first I've seen. Pokopia is the new cozy Pokemon game in a post-apocalyptic world. Huh. Interesting.
all good. But then the professionals started to jump in, and I might have started getting a little better. Kotaku published a piece called Leon Scott Kennedy, I'm on prep. I'm still not sure how that one was not only approved, but actually published, where the writer describes deliberately keeping Leon on low health just to hear his pained grunts, and how his own pants are, at one point, gone. This is a professional journalist, mind you. And then even Nintendo, the company that treats a single exposed polygon like it's a federal crime, posted on X that Leon is absolutely jacked with a blush face emoji. Capcom posted a thirst edit of him set to Usher's Hey Daddy, Daddy's Home on the official account with the check mark and everything. I've pretty much seen it all at this point. I think brands posting, journalists posting, everyone posting the highest levels of sexy thirst for Leon. Even his own voice actor had some things to say, but I will touch on that in just a bit. Now, to be clear, this is nothing against Leon at all.
Grace looks too much like Anne Hetch. I don't know who that is, Digger.
Or against the celebration of attractive characters. You guys know I am all for attractive characters, and I love Leon. I think he is a legitimately great character, and it is so refreshing to see such a strong male lead finally get celebrated again. And with the way Capcom was moving up to this game's launch, all of this was to be expected. I also expected cosplayers would have a heyday when they came across this Easter.
I've seen like VTuber compilations of both HoloLive and the regular ones, you know, like Doki Bird, Iron Mouse, Shy Lily, and Limu, and all those. For when they had to go find it, the herb book and they found this, all their reactions were actually kind of funny. So I'm also not surprised that there are people who decided to cosplay this. This looks like a femboy, honestly, but I can tell it's a woman.
Egg of Rebecca Chambers stashed away in the library by Albert Wesker, which somebody responded on a parody Wesker account with a formal statement that genuinely made me laugh out loud. But I can honestly say...
All right, hang on. What did it actually say? I'm aware of the juvenile rumors circulating regarding a certain photograph found in my desk. Let me clarify something for the intellectually deficient. Possession does not imply obsession. Rebecca Chambers was a subordinate, a talented one, admittedly. I make it a habit to keep records of assets with potential, nothing more. If your limited imagination requires reducing strategic foresight to whatever vulgar fantasy you concocted, that speaks far more about you than it does about me. Do try to elevate yourselves. Oh my god. Whoever went out of their way to make an Albert Wesker parody account and to make this, you know, I gotta give props to the guy. It's hilarious. That's good. Hello, Nightway. No Adam's apple. It's 90% safe.
Honestly say I was not expecting
Oh, Jesus Christ. A chunky Albert Wesker.
Victor getting in thirst content. Yes, I had to put my
Oh my god, the one on the left is creepy as fuck.
phone down after that and went and stood in my yard for a few minutes. But while I was outside getting some air, I got to thinking, imagine if a female character got this treatment at this scale. Imagine Kotaku published Jill Valentine, I'll wear a condom. Imagine PlayStation posted a thirst edit of Lara Croft set to Justin Timberlake's sexy back, or Nintendo highlighting Bayonetta's curves with a wink face emoji. You know, I actually can't imagine it because you and I both know exactly what would happen. We know because we have watched it happen for at least a decade. There was
Wesker, the voice of reason. I appreciate Albert's strategic foresight. The one on the left seems like a RE9 cosplay and more of a Mike from PA cosplay. Oh my god.
this wave of critics and activists.
Oh god, yeah. See, if it was the other way around, like it was a random male character that did the horror parts and it was Jill Valentine that did the action parts, and Jill Valentine got the kind of attention and stuff that's happening to Leon to happen to Jill, oh my god, would the internet be up in fucking flames. But since it's Leon and since it's a man, it's okay.
Who looked at the gaming audience, an industry that was largely built by
Gooner Game of the Year Stellar Blades mods are 41% smut, ensuring gamers will never see the light of heaven. I think 90% of humanity is, you know, destined for hell. It is apparently always possible for there to be less clothing. Well, of course. So men are not allowed to goon to female characters, but it's completely okay for the smut stuff to be on male characters. Okay. Choked on my beer with that feminist frequency jump scare.
and for men, and basically said
It only took 3 hours for someone to upload the first Oblivion remastered Gooner mod. And let me guess, it was from those fire creatures with the nice ass.
the characters you like are a problem. The women you find attractive?
Resident Evil 4 no longer sexualizing its women is a good thing.
That's immature, regressive, and a moral failing. And this...
Lara Croft, feminist hero or just another male fantasy? Lara Croft has been a male fantasy for, God, what, 30 years? Hey Siri, when did Lara Croft first come out?
Lara Croft first came out in 1996. This answer is from...
1996, 30 years. Lara Croft has been a male fantasy for 30 years. And people are only now having a problem with it? Yes, the flame Atronox. Well, flesh is only temporary.
Fortunately, was not just one person yelling into the void. This was all
Tropes vs. Women's new episode takes a look at the male gaze in games. And you're okay with the female gaze? I think people are fine with the female gaze because men don't fucking care. In fact, we more often than not welcome it. Rules for thee, but not for me. The amount of women and men, to be fair, I saw go feral for Leon is high. I just hate the hypocrisy that men are wrong for it and women are empowered. Give me a break. Yeah, I know. It's one of the most hypocritical things we have. When it comes to gaming, I think it's probably in the top 3 of the most hypocritical things that there are. Because it's not okay for men to have, if it's not okay for us to fantasize, have googly eyes, or just goon over female characters. No, we can't have that. But it's completely okay for women to have these things for male characters. Yeah, we got to be okay with that because, female empowerment and, all that bullshit. I would confuse the living fuck out of feminists as I am an abs man. All these feminists hate the male gaze. The poor fellas. I see what you did there.
all over gaming media. Full coverage, speaking invitations, developer console.
Street Fighter V tones down focus on female bodies. Are Mika and Cammy animations reframed for less exposure? Some fans unhappy. Yeah, I mean the one thing I kind of thought was ridiculous that fans got upset about is when the Final Fantasy VII remake came out. People got upset that Tifa had an underbra when she originally didn't. So when people got upset about that, I was like, "You guys really upset about that? She still has big tits. Who cares? It doesn't matter if they flop around or not. You want to see that? Go to fucking any site and you can see it. You see her without clothes." What is worse is that the activists trying to make women less attractive to avoid the male gaze. Meanwhile, nobody gave them the memo that women who play games always choose cute/hot characters, given the option. Who are even making these games for if neither men nor women? Yeah, see, it's the thing. The thing is, if we're gonna look at a character throughout the entirety of the game, if it's gonna be, if the character we're playing is gonna be like the forefront of what we're looking at the entire time, yeah, a lot of people want a character that actually looks good because it's what we're looking at. We want something that's nice to look at. We don't want some fat, ugly fuck on our screen the entire time. We like appreciating something that looks good. My honest opinion, women in sports bras are hotter than naked ones most of the time for me anyway. No one wants Frogan. Knowing someone with some bountiful babs and she had to wear 2 sport bras because one wasn't enough.
And it got so loud that not only did
Laura Bailey talks sexualized female characters and making progress. The voice actor talks about her award-winning role as Abby and how roles for women have improved.
studios start listening, they started hiring these people, and it has become the norm.
Who wants to look at Gorlock the Destroyer in our free time? You want to know something sad? There are people who would actually go after Gorlock the Destroyer. It is really sad. Hell, nobody wants to be fat IRL. Why choose to be one in games? And that's the other thing. There are plenty of smut books that depict the main female character as chunky or fat. It's like you realize these fantasy worlds are created because people want to create something that they are not. They want to create something that they fantasize about. Who the fuck's fantasizing about being fat or overweight? Why would anybody want to fantasize about being that? Oh, but we want to be inclusive. We want diversity. Fuck your diversity and inclusivity. Nobody wants to fantasize or be something that is physically bad for you. It's so goddamn dumb. Phantom Hellcat is taking on Bayonetta and the male gaze. If they downgrade Bayonetta's looks, they are going to have hell to pay. Because Bayonetta is really sexualized. I mean, hyper-sexualized. I think those books are more about self-inserts, so they are better feel themselves as a banana. There are plenty of lovely plus-size ladies. I'm just confused by the ones that dress up as a clown. I personally prefer, like me personally, and it's probably going to sound mean, I prefer somebody who isn't my size or bigger. I like when somebody's smaller than me. But that's just my preference.
Which, for example, is how we see something like the devs of 1340.
Dead or Alive is more than breasts. It's volleyball. Why do devs keep making intentionally unattractive female characters? Why do you expect a woman to necessarily be attractive? Because I want the woman I'm playing as a character to be attractive. You dumb bitch. There are plenty.
48X Photo so casually respond to this tweet about their characters, saying, "Why would you expect women to necessarily be attractive?" Happy launch day, guys, by the way. So for the better part of a decade, we have watched it happen. A very loud, coordinated, industry-level push to change female characters in games. They were too revealing. They pushed unrealistic.
The gaming industry can never undo feminist frequency. The gaming industry can go up to a feminist frequency and say, fuck you, we're going to do what we want. But they're too fucking scared to do that, so because they don't want to deal with the backlash. So they placate to these people, they kowtow to these people just to make them happy so they don't have to deal with their bitching and moaning and whiny bullshit. Which I don't think they should bend to anybody. Make the game good. Fuck what these dumbasses think. If when you make it, if these sort of people don't like it, well then they can fuck off. Oh no, don't say you're completely normal and fair preference. They thems might get upset. Oh no, the fantasy pronouns are gonna come after me. Oh no. Bayonetta is comedically sexualized, and it's to the point where it adds a bit of humor while still being nice to look at. Yeah, her moves, though, dear God. It's amazing people are able to play Bayonetta on Twitch without getting banned, considering what she does.
Beauty standards were harmful to the culture. Developer guides started telling studios what female characters should and shouldn't look like.
What to make of a study about gaming and sexism? So stupid.
Official company statements were issued. Whole victory poses got pulled because someone wrote a forum.
If they leave a mean and absolutely irrelevant tweet against you, your career might be over. Watch out, Griffin. Oh no. They're going to make a mean comment about me. I have yet to receive any sort of like hate comment or hate anything. So I've not officially completely made it yet. I still need to receive some sort of hate stuff, and then I will have officially made it. Fleekazoid's video on Bayonetta is a gem. Oh, I bet it is. Fleekazoid is nuts.
Post, looking at you, 2016 Trace.
Oh, yeah, I remember when they decided to reduce the ass size of, like, Tracer and Widowmaker and all them just to appease these dumb feminist bitches. You gotta get that hate award. Yeah, I don't have the hate award yet.
Characters that had looked a certain way for decades got softened in their remakes, and the press either applauded or scolded you for noticing. Outfits got covered up, proportions got adjusted. If a new female character showed up looking a little bit too good, she was not celebrated, she was villainized, and a controversy or problem to be solved.
These women are so jealous that these fantasy women are so good looking, they're getting so much attention, and they aren't. It's like, you realize these women are fantasy. If you want to get more attention, how about you try and improve yourself? Stop being jealous of pixels. Tracer, the cake is a lie. As Papa Fleek says, budget cuts. Yeah, that was one hell of a budget cut.
These people treated every female character like she was going through airport security. Ma'am, that's a little bit too much cleavage. I'm gonna need you to step aside. Meanwhile, we have seen celebrations of characters like Geralt, Arthur Morgan, Astarion, and most recently, Leon. Thirst traps, shirtless mods, people calling for nudity mods, which is not needed for Astarion, but nobody...
Hang on. What did that say? First big Baldur's Gate 3 update fixes dick clipping, missing underwear, and more. There was dick clipping? Really? It's so dumb.
Nobody wrote...
Life-size Final Fantasy bust has realistic Sephiroth nipples, and they're excited to see you. Okay.
A developer guide about that. Nobody called it harmful or with
Every penis in Assassin's Creed Odyssey rated. From itty bitty lumps of misshapen bronze to a wiener you can literally dangle from. We're rating every penis we found. I'm starting to think women are much worse with this kind of stuff than men are. Larian Studios does know where to put the devs to work. Those missing panties and declipping can't be left alone. You know, there are times where I honestly think women are far worse when it comes to the gooning and lewd stuff than men are. And it's hilarious. And they think that men are horrible creatures when it comes to this lewd crap.
is concerned about what it said about
Resident Evil 4 remake mods free Leon from his shirt, among other things. Good God.
the industry. It's almost like the rules only ever applied to one set of characters.
Look, here's the thing. I necessarily don't have a... Oh, they are. Do you see their book section? Yeah. God, this smut stuff that they read. Jesus Christ. Look, I don't necessarily have a problem with these mods. I don't. You know what? If you want to get your rocks off to it, go right ahead, ladies. You know, have fun with it. I don't have a problem with it, really. I mean, it's their game. They can do what they want with it. They can goon to it all they want. It doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is you're being so fucking hypocritical that you are retarded. You want men to stop with the gooning material of women when it comes to video games, and yet here you are doing the exact, and I mean exact same fucking thing when it comes to the male characters. So if you want men to stop doing this shit, then maybe you ladies should look at yourself first before you start coming after the men.
Super weird. What's even funnier is after years of this, a study actually came out like 2 years ago that said
new research on female video game characters uncovers a surprising twist. Female gamers prefer playing as highly sexualized characters despite disliking them.
female gamers preferred playing as the hotter female characters anyway, not the toned down ones. And now those same outlets, those same voices, sometimes the same human beings, who spent years telling developers and gamers what women should and shouldn't look like in games, and in some cases are still writing those pieces, are now sharing pants removal journalism about Leon S. Kennedy. They are telling developers that attractive female characters are harmful to the culture with one hand and gooning to Leon S. Kennedy with the other. I've seen people make jokes about naked
squared.
Leon mods and it is all ha 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 jokes and celebration and yes, please give us more. But somebody makes a body mod for Grace that changes her proportions and suddenly it's disgusting. It's incredibly disrespectful because how dare you?
With the Stellar Blade, feminists, we gonna report this game. Leon, feminist, we goon. The hypocrisy is so thick that you can just whatever you want with it.
Chuds, my goon is
Ask and ye shall receive. Boss, Discord, General. What? Excuse me? I do not suck. I'm an okay person. I'm not horrible.
culture. Your goon is jail time. And if you needed more proof of this double standard in real time, look no further than the upcoming Lara Croft series. In a recent interview, Sophie Turner made it very clear that her Lara Croft, the same beloved character who does unnecessary acrobatics and fights dinosaurs with pistols, is actually super serious this time, guys. And it's not about her looks at all. Because as we all know, of course, serious
It's about her and her story rather than what so many people also love about her, which is how hot she is in the games. Sophie Turner says Lara Croft is no sex bombshell in new Tomb Raider show. So it's going to be some boring feminist bullshit. He said no one picks on you, didn't want you to feel left out. But it has to come from a genuine hater gig. It can't come from somebody who actually enjoys being at my streams. Then it doesn't count. It has to be from an actual hater. But I do appreciate the effort.
women can't be hot. Smart girls can't be attractive. Not around here. Like, this is the Lara Croft we are talking about. Someone who is actually intentionally designed to be a bombshell, and the actress playing her felt she needed to share a preemptive disclaimer about her character's appearance before nary a single episode has aired. It's like the mainstream reflex to downplay female characters' beauty.
I wonder if this is going to be the new Snow White all over again. It wouldn't surprise me, Relics.
Has just been ingrained so deep at this point that it is basically automatic now, even for one of gaming's most iconic female characters. Meanwhile, Leon's voice actor is out here in interviews calling Leon a sex icon and laughing about it.
I just think it's hilarious that somehow I found myself in life just embodying an avatar that's just infinitely better looking than myself, seen as this sex symbol. Apostolides continues. I don't even know if I pronounced his name correctly. He's easy on the eyes, Leon Kennedy, and he has been all his life. He has arguably the best hair in video games. He'll never get rid of that 90s boy band haircut. Lara Croft's character was based off a hot character from the City Hunter Jackie Chan movie. I did not know that.
Completely at ease, reading the thirst tweets. Not one journalist
Leon Kennedy's actor has seen all your thirst traps. I found myself in life embodying an avatar that's just, yeah.
just followed up with a concern. Again, just think about if this were reversed. What would be the response if Jennifer English talked about how Shadowheart was suddenly a sex icon and cheered on all the male gooning? I love you, Jennifer, by the way. But Sophie Turner makes sure to give a disclaimer that nobody asked for or even wanted, while Nick Apostolides calls his character a sex icon and gets celebrated for embracing it. Just like Leon, Lara Croft has built a 30-year legacy on being smart.
Yeah, started off with the polygon tits. For those who don't know, there were a lot of, when it came to the original Lara Croft game, there were a lot of people back in the day that tried their hardest to find a way to remove Lara Croft's clothes back in the PS1 game. Even though she was made just of polygons, people still tried to find a way to remove her clothes to see her naked in the game. What the devs of the original game did is that they put in a cheat code and marketed it to people saying this code can remove her clothes. Now, what people didn't know about it is whenever you put that, certain button sequence in, instead of her clothes coming off, she would blow up into pieces. Like, she would literally just explode into pieces. And it was the devs just pulling a huge prank on the entirety of the Lara Croft gaming community back in the day. It was the most hilarious thing to see.
Dangerous and intentionally beautiful all at the same time. She does not owe anyone a disclaimer for that, and neither do so many of our other beautiful female characters. Neither did Ada Wong, neither did Jill Valentine.
Ada Wong. In my opinion, the best looking iteration of Ada Wong has always been Resident Evil 6 Ada Wong. Resident Evil 6 Ada Wong was just, is still, in my opinion, the hottest iteration of Ada Wong. I love how they made Jill Valentine look in the Resident Evil 3 remake. She was very good looking.
Neither did Bayonetta, who, by the way, was designed by a woman and beloved by many women who were, at one point, told they were too damaged to know what was actually good for them. But the disclaimers and criticisms only ever travel in one direction, and we all know why. Now, this actually brings me to the other half of RE9, Grace. Now, I want to be super clear, okay? I genuinely love Grace. I think Angela's performance is incredible. The writing is beautiful.
This is one of the instances when they use an actual real-life model for the character, and they didn't downgrade her looks like they did with so many other female characters in other games. They actually kept her as a good-looking character, which I think is very appreciated and respectable choice to make. I think it's insulting to the actual real-life actor when you get that person as a model and then completely downgrade their looks in the game just to appease the retarded dumbasses to be inclusive and diversive or whatever stupid bullshit they come up with. But I think they did a very fantastic job with the Grace side of the game. And in my personal opinion, I think it is best, Grace's, like it said in the game, Grace's parts are best played and best experienced when you're playing first person rather than third person. And Leon's is best experienced as third person rather than first person. But this is just my personal opinion.
And she is probably one of my favorite additions to the RE universe. But even with all of that, as someone who tries to carefully pick my battles, I've still got to call out Capcom's elephant in the room with this one. Grace is a pretty feminine character. She is so layered and engaging, and I honestly enjoyed every second of her being on my screen. And if she existed in a vacuum, I probably would leave this one alone. But she doesn't exist in a vacuum. She exists in the same game as Leon that got every possible detail obsessed over. And she exists in a franchise with Jill, Claire, Ada, and even Mommy Domitrescu. And when you put her next to all of that, it is just painfully obvious how Capcom failed her. Not because she is a bad character, not because of her story or how she complements Leon perfectly, but because as the player, I can see so easily exactly how much more she could have been. Her default character design it's just plain bad. It is safe, it's bland, and I made the joke several times when playing as her in
Well, considering how her personality and the way her character is portrayed, it's not surprising that looks the way her character is designed the way it is. She's not as very outgoing. She's very withdrawn, very, it's like she's scared of the entire world. So she's very withdrawn.
third person that it's almost like I was staring at a blank piece of paper. She has no shape, no color. It's basically just a gray box. Her design makes me think that someone was already worrying about how the real horror of Requiem is actually the male gaze articles, or that it was done by a committee that was scared of how the other committee would approve it. You might have goofed when the cosplay community is kind of all independently making the same adjustments to the standard costume. Crop tops, tank tops, skinny jeans, adding layers, colors, and on and on and on. Cosplayers will actually always be the final judge.
Damn, that is a good cosplay right there.
In my current playthrough, I actually added a crop top mod to Grace, and I have to say, it has made it even more fun to play. Now, I've got more to say about Grace, but I think I'm gonna save that for a future video, talking about all of our wonderful female characters. I think we're on par.
I think personally I'm really fine with how Grace is, but I think that's because I'm more of a very simple person. I'm not trying to look for more than what there actually could be or what there actually is. I'm very simplistic when it comes to these things, so I enjoy a lot of things for what they actually are rather than what they could be. I mean, I appreciate it if more is added that complements the character or the game, but it doesn't really matter to me. For me, because of how simple I am, as long as I'm enjoying the game, nothing else really matters to me. As long as none of the woke bullshit or people trying to push their woke ideology or their political views into the game, as long as none of that sort of dumb bullshit, retarded bullshit is put into the game and the game is actually good, like Resident Evil Requiem was, I just enjoy it for what it is. Like I said, I'm a very simple person.
Like 4 now, or 5?
My thing about Grace, she doesn't seem like she could be hired into the job she was in. Timid, anxious people can't make it into federal security agencies. Yeah, the way her character's personality was, it is kind of surprising that she was in the FBI. But after everything she went through, how she was more confident in herself at the end of it when she's back in the FBI and she's not very timid or anxious anymore. I think the way she was after everything she went through is more fitting for the FBI than before she went through everything.
Who knows? But Leon's design shows you what Capcom looks like when they are not afraid. Grace's shows you what happens when they are. Or at least when they choose not to try whatsoever. And I think that's why their response to Leon has been this big. Not just
if I remember correctly, I heard someone say that Leon's design and the way he is and everything was it was a group of women that actually worked on Leon.
just thirst.
I don't know how true that is, but I that's what I heard. It could be false. It could be true. Excuse me.
Although obviously, yes, we've talked about that, but also relief. It is like guys and girls all across the internet have let out a huge sigh of relief, seeing that they just might start getting back their heroes. An entire generation of people grew up on these games, and Leon works so well as our male lead because he is him. He is the guy who walks into the worst situation imaginable and handles it. He's smart, capable, brave, a little bit corny, and exactly the right.
Agreed, and Gig. The moment I saw her digging in the bottom of her bag for a gun, I utterly despised her. It made her seem to me incompetent. That infuriates me.
Right way. Men want to be him, women want to be with him. He is the power fantasy and the rescue fantasy all at the same time, and there is nothing wrong with either of those things. There never was, and that is what a great character does when you just let them be great. No committee, no disclaimers, no apologies, just here he is, and look how everyone has responded. Look how hungry everyone was for it. Leon doesn't need to be any less. He is basically just a perfect character. Now we need the rest of our characters to be elevated to his level. If you made it to the end of this one, thank you so much. I know I was gone for a couple of weeks. Honestly, most of my spare time has been going to revisiting the Resident Evil remakes, but are you playing Requiem? Did you beat it? What are your thoughts? Thanks again for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.
I think that was a good video. That was a really good video. It touched on a subject that is full of, I mean, full of fucking hypocrisy and irony. But, yep, that was a good video. I appreciate that one from the background PC. You know, I'm going to subscribe to her. That was a good one. That was good. Well, that is the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give a like and subscribe. I post videos 3 to 5 days a week here. I also post videos over on my other channel for gaming as well. So please make sure to give that a look-see. See if you enjoy that as well. I also stream anywhere from 3 to 5 days a week as well. Links to all my social medias will be on my YouTube page. And with that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.